Right here, you can see the automation practice page. This is the Ultimate QA/automation link. This is kind of the homepage to take you to different scenarios in regards to automated functional testing. I'm going to constantly keep expanding upon this page so that you have many kind of different scenarios to automate and practice as we go through our lessons. For now, there's only two, but in this case, we're going to deal with this big page with many elements. So I can click this link and it will take me to that second URL that I showed you, or you can obviously just navigate directly to this URL and then look at this page. Now, this is the complicated page with many web elements that I'm showing you. So you can see it has a bunch of different sections, it has many buttons, it has many different kind of social media buttons, and it has a section of random stuff that has different kinds of things like search boxes, contact boxes, it has sidebars, it has login boxes, it has a carousel to navigate through different kinds of posts. It has toggles, more contact boxes, and so on and so forth. Obviously, this is not a real page that I utilize. This is just something that I quickly created for you to be able to practice your functional test automation on. But you can see how many elements it has and how many different kinds of methods can be possible for this automation page. In fact, for me to better exemplify how this page would look if we were to write it, let's go ahead and do kind of a mock-up of this page just so you can see how gigantic it can get. So take a look here. What I've done is on the left-hand side, I've started a construction of our sample complicated page class that we would code for our functional test. And on the right-hand side, I have the actual HTML page so that we can look at it while we pretend to write out the UML diagram for this. So if we just start at the section of buttons, we can see that there are 12 different buttons that we can press. So obviously we need locators for each of those buttons. Okay, so there are all the elements of the buttons. Let's do the social media section. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like this. Pretend that these are actually different properties. Twitter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Facebook button 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just don't feel like wasting your time with expanding all of this. So we've gotten through two sections. Then there are more sections here of random stuff. So you can see how gigantic this page is already starting to get. These are just all of the elements. Then all of these elements are going to have methods, right? Like clicking, getting the text, sending text inside of web elements, clicking the buttons, searching, so on and so forth. This is going to have a ton of methods. So probably what you're going to end up with is a class that's several hundred, if not 1,000 lines long. And you can probably guess that that is a giant problem to have such a monolithic class having so many things to maintain. So that's the problem. And the other problem is that technically, if we're following the page object model, this on the right is a single page. So it does belong in a single page class. So if we were following the page object model, we would be doing the correct thing. However, after a little bit of time, as you progress, this class would become a mess, and you would need a method, a way to clean it up, make it easier to read, easier to maintain, and easier to utilize in all of your tests.